Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex of Coyote Star Astrology. This is my weekly forecast for the week of September 16th, 2019, and my Saturn Direct video. This is a very big deal, you guys. Many of us have been unconsciously or maybe consciously waiting for this moment for most of this year. I think aside from Pluto Direct on October 2nd, this is definitely one of those moments where a lot starts to shift for people. So let's get right into it. So Saturn's been retrograde since end of April. And Saturn governs our long-term goals, our ambitions. He's very much connected to our careers. And while he's been in Capricorn, he's been transiting a certain area of your chart for a while. He's a slow-moving planet. His field is very heavy. It's like lead, very powerful, very serious. So wherever he's been transiting your chart, he's been asking you to put a lot of focused work, dedication, and thought into some very karmic theme. He's the Lord of Karma. So while he's been retrograde, it's been a reflective period on a certain area of life. We might have experienced blockages, delays, confusion around some kind of long-term karmic unfolding that this week we see lifted, potentially. So when Saturn moves direct, we're kind of given a progress report. We're shown we're either ready to move down a certain path. This is a time when people get a raise or they release a project. Some people make a commitment to a relationship, they propose or whatever. Some people leave a job when Saturn moves direct. Conversely, sometimes Saturn shows us that we've tried to cut corners or we're not quite ready for something. And this can be kind of the hammer, the mallet coming down from, the judge. It's kind of like Judgment Day. It's kind of a day or a week of retribution in a lot of ways. And there's one transit, unfortunately, that I feel like is kind of, to put it bluntly, not making it any easier, although it might seem like it is. And the transit I'm talking about is Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra in opposition to Chiron. Sign of Libra is the diplomat. It's very pragmatic. It wants peace. It wants harmony. It wants everyone to get along. It doesn't want to make difficult decisions that upset another person. It wants to be in love. It wants to be in union. It wants happiness within its interpersonal relationships. Now, in opposition to Chiron and Aries, which represents a lot of our confusion around our identity, Aries is our egocentric identification with ourselves. And because it's Chiron, it's a wound. So this is confusion about who we are in many ways. With Mercury and Venus in Libra in opposition to Chiron, this aspect alone presents the opportunity to have very healing conversations, Mercury and Libra, regarding our wounds. This is very pragmatic, balancing energy, very loving energy. This is kind of like, I'm only human, you're only human, everybody makes mistakes, here, let me hold you, let's come to some kind of compromise. Libra is about compromise. Libra wants everyone to be happy. And because of Chiron and Aries there is this energy offering a platform to come to some kind of agreement around the places where many of us are confused or wounded or have a character flaw or whatever. The problem I see with this is that when we add in Saturn stationing direct on the South Node in Capricorn at 14 degrees, Saturn is not about compromise. Saturn does not make compromises because he is pulling you towards your individual life mission. Not the mission that's going to make your partner happy, not the mission that's going to make your parents happy, not the mission that's going to make your boss happy, but the mission that's right for you. So you can see how with Mercury and Venus in Libra, during Saturn stationing direct, you can see how there may be a tendency or a desire to stay in situations that make other people happy, even when you know that it's not exactly lining up with your own life mission. So this is going to be difficult for people to navigate. And I think what this is going to come down to is having to get really real with ourselves on a gut level about what actually feels right and not making compromises in relationships simply out of wanting to keep the peace or stay secure or stay in an old pattern, the South Node. And taking those very mature steps forward towards decisions that are really going to be what's best for us and not necessarily what's best for other people. Because we don't want to get stuck in an old pattern. And this Libra energy is not going to last. That's the thing. And when Pluto and Saturn conjunct in January 2020, shit's going to get really real. And if we made compromises that weren't in alignment with our own needs, that's going to be some pretty challenging planetary energy, like a vice, where we're going to have to come to terms with unrealistic decision making that we made during this energy now. So I just want to give the caution towards anyone out there, or if you know anyone who's making big decisions about relationships this week, maybe sharing the insight with them that it's a really good week to tune in on a gut level to what's best for our long-term plans and goals, and to stay very focused right now, because that's what Saturn's all about. And now he's giving us a green light to move forward. He's going to start opening doors now. And we are approaching that eclipse period in 2020. So we really want to stay on task. We really want to stay focused on our own mission right now and not get too lost in the over idealistic, over romantic energy of Libra. And this isn't just for romantic relationships. This is any long-standing relationship in our life right now. So pay attention to conversations, particularly at the beginning of this week. This Libra aspect was exact on Monday, Tuesday. So beginning of this week, noticing what kinds of conversations you might have had with other people. And again, this is a beautiful aspect on its own. So there might have been some really healing Chiron, the wounded healer, conversations, but just wanting to make sure that we aren't sacrificing our direction simply because we want our relationships to feel really nice and cozy, whether they be with our family, our friends, our boss, whatever. You know, this could be a boss. This could be like, oh, I really want to take this job opportunity that looks so much like where I'm trying to go, but at the same time, I've been with this other company and I love my boss so much and they're my best friend, like maybe I'll just stay. That's the kind of decision making I'm talking about. We really have to answer Saturn's call right now. And I think the big lesson here is that if that relationship with that other person or that family member or whatever is meant to be in our life, that relationship should be unconditional and that relationship will work out if it's meant to. All of us just need to kind of stay in our lane and stay focused and move forward. So again, if you want to reach out to me, we can look at your chart. We can see where Saturn's stationing direct, where Pluto is going to station direct. Another big deal in a couple weeks, the beginning of October. I will put my website right here. You guys can reach out to me there to book a reading. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing week, enjoying this very powerful energy and change, big shifts. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.